Right now on Denver 7 News at 6 a.m., overnight protests.
We will not go back!
And new reaction.
I've been fighting for this my entire adult life.
As leaked documents signal the Supreme Court will overturn the federal right to have an abortion.
This morning, we're going 360 in depth, hearing from all sides about this controversial topic and what's next.
There are already local protests planned at our state's capital for today. I'm Denver 7's Veronica Acosta. I'll walk you through that leaked opinion draft.
Plus, help for homeowners in the final days of the legislative session. The proposals to get you into a better home and save as the clock runs down.
And it's playoff time for the Avs. They're keeping their eyes on winning the Stanley Cup.
Everyone needs to chip in, but it's up to, our top guys to drive the bus.
Yeah, everyone is healthy, so let the beard growing begin. They face off against the Predators for Game 1 tonight. Good Tuesday morning to you. I'm Brian Sanders.
And I'm Nicole Brady. Kind of hockey weather today, a colder, cloudy start. Lisa, will likely see a little more rain today as well.
We will, and in fact, we're going to see it looks like later tonight into tomorrow, a chance for a few scattered showers. Right now, though, we're looking at much drier conditions early this morning, and you're going to find temperatures that are at this point down to near freezing. So it is a pretty chilly start to our morning, and when you look at our skies, and it's still quite a bit of cloud cover out there, too. We're going to be under this mix of sun and clouds early this morning. It'll be a bigger warm up, though, for us today. Yesterday it was highs only in the low to mid 40s. Today we're starting off right around freezing, and you can see a little blue sky there. Here's a look at your bus stop planner for the kiddos walking out the door this morning. They're going to want a jacket. I'd say it's more pants weather today, but we're back in t-shirt and shorts by the end of the week. It'll be low to mid 60s this afternoon. Denver right around 64. 50s up and through the foothills, so it will be quite a bit warmer today. Coming up, we're going to take a look at that rain, Jason, the timing of it, and just how much cooler it gets on Wednesday.
I thought it was pants weather yesterday, too, but I saw a lot of kids in shorts at pickup yesterday. They'll wear shorts anytime. Right now, the southbound and northbound side of I-25 here at University down to Colorado looks good. This will start getting busier, but we won't have that direct sun glare to worry about on that southbound side, so it should be a little bit better than average. Take a look at I-70 out to the east side, over by Quebec 270. Here's the westbound side, here's the eastbound side, moving normal, and you can see how dry the roads are right now, and that's going to help us out. Getting busier in some of those usual spots, but really nothing big going on right now off or on the highway, so pretty standard drive times about anywhere you want to go.
This is a live look this morning at the Supreme Court, where crowds have cleared after overnight protests. Hundreds of people showed up outside the High Court after a draft opinion was leaked suggesting justices will overturn Roe v. Wade and therefore the constitutional right to an abortion. All morning long, we're taking a 360 in-depth look and bringing you the new developments as they come in.
Yeah, so we're going to break down the specifics of the draft opinion and where the majority of justices stand. According to that opinion, we're also hearing new reaction at the local and national levels.
And a look at the Colorado law lawmakers just put into place in anticipation of exactly this happening. We start our coverage with Denver 7's Veronica Acosta near the state capitol, where we've learned there will be a protest tonight, Veronica.
That's exactly it. And the state capitol itself, it is clear this morning. We did learn that there's that scheduled protest for 6:30 this evening, completely different than what we saw over at the nation's capital and all across the country really last night. Some of the people who showed up to the Supreme Court last night, they were welcomed by those barricades and fences that were already up. Many of them there to celebrate the possibility of Roe versus Wade being overturned, and of course, others there to protest it.
I am incredibly optimistic. It looks like we're going to finally see justice for the unborn in this country, and finally Roe v. Wade will be overturned and recognized as the egregious, disastrous decision that it is.
I'm shocked. I hope that it was just a headline that wasn't true, but I think there might be some truth to it, and I'm hoping that protests like this bring some attention to the fact that America doesn't want to overturn Roe v. Wade, that there is support to maintain it.
All of this after documents labeled first draft and dated from February. They were published by Politico. It's in response to a case challenging Mississippi's ban on abortion after 15 weeks. In the draft, Justice Samuel Alito wrote, quote, Roe was egregiously wrong from the start. The draft also cited Planned Parenthood versus Casey. That was a 1992 case that affirmed Roe's finding of a constitutional right to abortion. Alito wrote, quote, "We hold Roe and Casey must be overruled. It is time to heed the Constitution and return the issue of abortion to the people's elected representatives." And obviously, this decision is huge, but what really draws that scandal and makes it what it is the fact that it was a leak, and that's really important to remember. Many court watchers, they were waiting for this decision. Of course, they likely didn't expect it to come this way. And two things to know: justices can and do change their decisions by the time those final decisions come out in June. We know that can happen. It is a breach of secrecy that's really big, and that's what makes this all unprecedented in the court's modern history. But a CU law professor told us it's unlikely to change the outcome of this.
Any interpretation in the past, we can argue is wrong, and so we don't have to follow precedent. That's giving this Supreme Court a lot of power.
And Politico was a news organization, again, that published this leaked draft, or rather this draft of the opinion. They said they were able to get it from someone who knows the court very well. This morning, we're learning the FBI will likely launch an investigation into the leak itself. We're live in Denver. I'm Veronica Acosta, Denver 7.
Everyone wants to know where it came from. Meanwhile, Governor Polis is reinforcing Colorado's commitment to respecting individual rights. In a statement, he writes, "Any person has the ability to live, work, thrive, and raise a family on their own terms." The governor goes on to say, "In Colorado, we will continue to fight for and respect the right to make decisions about your own body and medical health." Republican Representative Doug Lamborn says, in part, "I pray and I'm hopeful that these reports are true and the Supreme Court does the right thing. The 1973 Roe v. Wade decision was tragically wrong."
Democratic Representative Diana DeGette put out a joint statement with a California congresswoman. They both wrote, "Everyone should have the right to make their own personal health care decisions that impact their lives, health, and futures." And it is chilling to think this court is unwilling to protect those rights.
So we will have more on this unprecedented leak and announcement coming up in our next half hour. We're taking a closer look at what Colorado is already doing to protect reproductive rights. We're hearing reactions from both anti-abortion and pro-choice advocates, and we'll look at the chances of any legislative action at the federal level coming up.
Turning now to the housing market, starting with a new report showing the rent in Denver is outpacing inflation. The Apartment Association of Metro Denver says rent payments averaged $1,765 a month for the first part of this year. That's up more than 14% over the past year and 5% higher than Colorado's rate of inflation. In dollar terms, it adds up to about $222 more per month that renters are paying since last year. State lawmakers want more people to be able to afford a home, and today at the state capitol, they will discuss a bill designed to help the group they call the missing middle. Denver 7's Christian Lopez joins us. And Christian, these are people who have steady jobs, who earn a good living, but still can't qualify for existing housing programs, nor can they afford most houses on the market.
Yeah, this is all specifically designed to help middle-income families. It would create an agency that would focus on creating affordable housing projects for these families. And that agency is called Colorado Workforce Housing Trust Authority. And rental units in these affordable rental housing projects would have to provide stable rent options for those who make middle income. It would also help tenants who are renting transition into home ownership. And when I spoke to a real estate agent in Denver a few weeks ago, she said there needs to be more done so families can afford their own home.
It's our #1 wealth building tool in the nation is home ownership. And if we don't create a level playing field with the loans and this access to capital, some people are going to be permanently iced out of owning a home in Denver.
Bill will go before a Senate committee this afternoon. Live in Denver this morning, I'm Christian Lopez, Denver 7.
All right, thank you, Christian. Meanwhile, another proposal lawmakers are working on is a 2-year property tax cut for current homeowners. If it passes, homeowners would see a one-time drop in their assessment rates from 6.95% to 6.77%. So for a $500,000 home, that would mean about a $274 savings in 2023 and then a little bit less in 2024. Businesses would also see their assessment rates drop from 29% to 27.9%. Lawmakers say they will use the surplus to help fill some of the funding gaps left by the property tax reduction, like for schools. There are critics on both sides of the aisle. Some say the bill gives too many breaks to special interests. Others say it's disingenuous since some of the money is a Tabor refund homeowners would have gotten anyway.
The Avs are getting ready to hit the ice tonight at Ball Arena for Game 1 of the playoffs. The Avs are the top seed in the Western Conference. Nashville is the 8th seed. It was reversed when they met in the 2018 playoffs. Puck drops tonight at 7:30. Lisa.
We are looking at what's going to be some pretty mild conditions this evening, quite a bit warmer. Take a look. Here's your forecast for the Avs game tonight. Their downtown will be at about 62 degrees between 6 and 7 o'clock. Slight chance for a few showers to roll east over Denver tonight. We have a better chance for a bit more rain tomorrow. Low to mid 50s by about 10 o'clock. Coming up, we'll take a closer look at this next storm and when that rain and snow is going to hit the mountains here today.
And for you folks in downtown Littleton, you just heard of a crash being reported on the northbound side of Santa Fe, right at Littleton, or Bowles, basically. This is down in Monument, south side, right by the YMCA, and you can see it's basically dry, but the low clouds could limit your visibility slightly here down in that southern area, Douglas County and northern El Paso County. So between the Springs and Castle Rock, watch out for some of that low cloud cover.
Does Colorado's new paid family leave program violate our state's constitution? The arguments before the state Supreme Court today.
Plus, why some Colorado small businesses are speaking out against a bill that would replenish our state's unemployment fund. And an historic career here, a 100-year-old man sets a world record for his time at his job.